know what's wild? Every single person out here is waiting on the perfect moment, waiting on the right time, waiting until they feel ready. But let me tell you something. Life doesn't hand you permission slips. You either show up and take it, or you stay small and invisible. And I ain't here to whisper sweet lies into your ear. I'm here to wake you the hell up. Because it's time. Time to be that MF, that unstoppable, undeniable, unshakable force that doesn't fold when things get hard. The one who breaks cycles, silences doubt, and leaves a mark so loud the world can't help but pay attention. Let's go. Most people waste so much time trying to explain their dreams to people who will never understand them. They constantly seek validation from family, friends, or even strangers on the internet, waiting for someone to say, yeah, go for it. But here's the truth. Nobody's going to hand you permission to chase something bigger than what they can comprehend. People respect finished work, not empty promises. That's the power of showing up consistently, even when nobody's clapping. When you explain too much, you drain your own momentum. You plant seeds of doubt in your own garden. Every time someone questions your plan or raises an eyebrow, it plants hesitation inside you. And hesitation kills more dreams than failure ever will. So move quietly, move confidently. You don't need to tell the world what you're building, just build it. Let your grind be your voice. Let your success scream louder than your explanations ever could. Think about how the world reacts to people who execute first and talk later. Take the story of a young woman named Tasha. She wanted to start a fitness brand from her bedroom. No fancy gym, no sponsors, just a camera, her drive, and a clear vision. But every time she told someone, they laughed. You? A fitness brand? You're not even certified. Instead of arguing, instead of defending her vision, she went silent. She stopped posting about what she was going to do and started filming daily workouts. She posted every single day. She taught what she knew. She learned more. She grew her audience slowly. In 6 months, she wasn't asking for approval anymore. Gyms were asking to collaborate with her. We got that rag down. This is the deal. This is the deal. So in 6 months, she was able to get, why? Because she executed. And suddenly the same people who laughed at her were now sharing her videos, asking her how she did it. She became undeniable. That's the point. When you become so focused on the work, you stop needing anyone to believe in you. You begin to believe in yourself. And once that switch flips, everything changes. Because confidence built through action is louder than any speech. So stop asking for permission. Stop waiting for applause. Stop over-explaining your next move. Just move. Put your head down and do the work that your future self will thank you for. Because while they're still talking, you'll already be winning. Most people are addicted to attention. They chase applause, compliments, likes, and external praise as if that's what determines their worth. But here's the harsh truth. None of that lasts. Claps fade. Recognition comes and goes. No rewards. Just pain, repetition, and doubt. The real ones don't fold under that pressure. They grow through it. They realize the path to mastery is paved with boring, daily, unglamorous effort. The kind nobody praises, but the kind that changes your life. Take, for example, a young man named Isaiah, who wanted to become a professional boxer. At first, he trained at a local gym with no coach, no funding, and no one cheering him on. His friends stopped inviting him out because he was too focused. His family didn't understand why he trained 6 hours a day. He had no one in his corner, literally or emotionally, but he kept showing up every single day. He watched videos to improve his footwork. He shadowboxed in his small apartment. He did early morning runs in freezing temperatures. And all the while, no one clapped. No one cared until one day he entered an amateur tournament and dominated. It means showing up even when you feel unseen, because the grind builds character, not applause. And the people who master the grind, the lonely mornings, the unnoticed nights, the repetitions that feel pointless, those are the ones who rise. Because while the world sleeps, they're sharpening their edge. And when the moment finally comes, they're ready. Not because of claps, but because of the quiet commitment to the craft. So fall in love with the work. Let the applause be a bonus, not the goal. Build in silence, win in private. And when the world finally looks your way, you'll already be 10 steps ahead. Everyone wants to be strong until life demands it. It's easy to talk about resilience, grit, and power when things are smooth. But the real test isn't when everything's going right. The real test comes when life hits you in the mouth, when everything starts falling apart, when your plans crumble, your friends disappear, and you feel like quitting. What separates the real ones is not talent, not luck. It's consistency in the face of adversity. When others quit, they keep grinding. When things fall apart, they rebuild. Not because it's easy, but because they've made a decision. No matter what happens, I will not fold. Think about someone like Jamal, a college basketball player with big dreams. In his junior year, he tore his ACL, a career-threatening injury. Coaches gave up on him. Scouts stopped calling. Most players in his situation would have taken the hit and walked away. But Jamal wasn't built like most players. While others were training on the court, he was in rehab every day at 5 a.m. He relearned how to walk, how to run, how to jump, alone. No fans, no team, no spotlight, just pain, sweat, and heart. He had every reason to quit, but he refused to fold. After a full year of grinding in the dark, he came back stronger, faster, and more focused than ever. And in his senior year, he led his team to the state championship and earned himself a spot in the pros. That wasn't talent. That was grit. That was resilience. That was a result of a decision. I will not let this break me. We all get hit. That's a guarantee. You'll face betrayal, failure, loss. But what matters most is your response. Will you let it stop you, or will you rise anyway? Will you cry about how unfair life is, or will you channel that pain into power? The strongest people aren't the ones who've had it easy. They're the ones who kept going when everything inside them said to quit. Because that's where greatness lives. Not in comfort, but in chaos. So when the world tests you, and it will, don't fold. Don't back down. Don't beg for mercy. Stand up, square your shoulders, and fight back. Because pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Be the one who keeps showing up. Be the one who refuses to break. Be the one who rises when others fall. That's how legends are made. That's how you become that MF. Most people fail not because they aren't talented, but because they always leave themselves a way out. They carry backup plans like safety nets, just in case things don't work out. That mindset kills hunger. It kills urgency. Because if you know you can fall back on something else, you'll never give your all to the thing that truly matters. If you want to become unstoppable, you've got to burn plan B. You have to remove the exit doors and lock yourself in with the dream. That's how you unlock your full potential. When it's all or nothing, when there's no turning back. That's when you find out who you really are. Success demands obsession, not convenience. You can't dip your toe in and expect to go deep. You can't treat your goals like hobbies and expect to be world class. The ones who rise to the top are the ones who decide that there is no other option. They treat their dreams like life or death. They give everything they've got because there's nowhere else to go. It's that kind of all-in mentality that separates the average from the elite. Because when you remove the safety nets, your mind and body lock into a different gear. You stop making excuses. You stop wasting time. You stop waiting for motivation, and you just execute because it's the only path forward. Let's look at a real example. There was a guy named Andre who wanted to be a tech entrepreneur. He was working a stable job in finance, decent pay, good benefits, and a clear path forward. But every day he felt a pull toward building something of his own. He talked about it all the time, but never really committed. He dabbled in ideas, made a few presentations, even built a small app, but nothing took off because he always had one foot in and one foot out. Then one day, after a major family loss, he realized how short life really is. He went home, typed his resignation letter, and sent it. No more fallback, no more comfort, just him, his vision, and the pressure to make it work. Within a year of going all in, he secured funding, launched his company, and broke 6 figures in revenue. Not because he suddenly got smarter, but because the fear of failure was now fuel, not a fear. He had no backup plan, just forward motion. That's the power of burning plan B. It forces you to bet on yourself completely. And when there's no way out, the only direction is up. So ask yourself, what's holding you back? What just in case excuse are you hiding behind? Cut it loose. Burn it. Walk away from it. The safety net is not saving you, it's stopping you. Because only when you eliminate your exits do you unlock your excellence. That's how warriors are built. That's how winners are made. That's how you become that MF. Pain is unavoidable. No matter how careful you are, no matter how good your heart is, life will hit you. You'll lose people you love. You'll be rejected. You'll fail publicly, painfully, and repeatedly. But here's the truth. Pain doesn't mean it's over. Pain is not the end. It's the beginning of something greater if you choose to use it. Because there are 2 kinds of people in this world. Those who let pain break them and those who let pain build them. The difference lies in how you respond when everything goes wrong. You can either sit in your suffering and ask, why me? Or you can stand up, grit your teeth, and say, try me. Pain has a purpose, but only if you let it. It's not there to destroy you. It's there to develop you. It sharpens your character. It deepens your perspective. It reveals your real hunger. Most people want a breakthrough, but they don't want the pressure that forges it. It's obstacles. They want strength without struggle, power without pain. But there's no greatness without scars. Real growth comes when you stop running from discomfort and start using it as fuel. Let me tell you about Alina, a young woman who dreamed of becoming a motivational speaker. At 17, she lost both her parents in a car accident. The trauma shattered her world. For months, she didn't speak to anyone. She dropped out of school. People around her wrote her off, said she was done. But one day, in the silence of her pain, something clicked. She realized she could either be buried by her grief or use it to give others strength. She began writing in journals, pouring her hurt into words. Eventually, she started recording short videos on her phone, sharing her story, not as a victim, but as a fighter. She cried in those videos, she stuttered, she broke down, but she never stopped speaking. And that pain, it didn't just become her platform, it became her power. Today, she speaks to thousands, travels the world, and helps others heal through her story, not because she avoided pain, but because she transformed it. That's the truth most people miss. The pain you're running from might be the very thing that sets you apart. When you stop seeing pain as punishment and start seeing it as preparation, everything changes. You become stronger, wiser, more dangerous in the best way possible. You become someone who doesn't just survive the storm, you become the storm. And people feel that. They respect it because power that comes from pain is real. So whatever you're facing, loss, heartbreak, failure, don't waste it. Don't numb it. Don't hide from it. Channel it. Let it burn through your excuses and light a fire in your soul. Let it remind you who you are and what you're capable of. Because pain doesn't have to break you. It can build you into something unshakable. That's how warriors rise. That's how legends are forged. That's how you become that MF. Look, you weren't born to live unnoticed. You weren't designed to play small and die quiet. You were built to shake the earth with your presence, to rise from pain, failure, and fear, and still show up hungry. So I don't care where you came from. I don't care who doubted you. And I sure as hell don't care how tired you are. Get up, gear up, lock in. Be the storm. Be the fire. Be that MF. Because when the world writes your name, make sure it's in bold.